So, are you a brand new entrepreneur on their journey, or are you someone who is thinking about entrepreneurship? Well, today I'm going to be teaching you two things that you should definitely not do when you start your entrepreneurship journey because it will cost you in the long term. Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Aquino, and I help teach the next generation. So, as a time management coach and a entrepreneur, I have done a lot of things, tested a lot of things, and I have failed on a lot of these tests in terms of the best use of my time for time management. And today I'm going to teach you the two biggest things that I feel you should absolutely, under no circumstances, try to do because these things will hold you back, waste your time, and in the long term, it's really going to mess with your success. So these are going to be two, I would say, big things that you may not think are a waste of time, but actually are a waste of time. So I would say the first thing that you absolutely should not do is to do everything alone. I understand some of us might be lone wolf mentality where you don't need any help, you never ask for help, and I would know because that's my mentality, or at least it used to be. When I first started, it was lone wolf, I got this, no one needs to help me, and what ended up happening? Burnout, suffering, pain, and insanity. Mainly because you have everything being done by you, all the pressure and all the stress is on you to make sure everything gets done. You don't talk to anyone, you don't do anything else. You do all the work by yourself and you will suffer. Some of you may do well, and those of you that do, congratulations. The rest of you who end up like me for a bit, don't do everything by yourself. Delegate what you can with AI and software. Grow trust with team people so that you can pass it off onto maybe your employees or your business partners. And probably the most important one is to find a mentor. This is one I feel is underrated. I was in a mentorship for a brief couple of months and I noticed substantial improvement in mentality, mindset, business operations, and all of that because I was in a mentorship for a brief amount of time. I was in it for around two or 3 months, and it was a fantastic investment. Now, granted, it was more of a like beginner to advanced, and I was already on the advanced level, so I left already because I kind of already gotten what I needed to know. But what I learned from it is stuff that I never would have figured out on my own. So if you do need assistance, you do need help, find a mentor, find someone who's done what you want to do so they can guide you in the ways to succeed and guide you in the ways to avoid their failures. So for me, if someone were to ask me, hey, how do you sell books? Well, I would be a mentor for them because I've done it and I've been doing it for the past 4.5 years, or we're getting closer to now, 4.5 years. So I know the ins and outs. I've failed a lot and I've also succeeded a lot. So I would be able to teach someone. So if you can find a mentor, that's great. Otherwise, delegate your stuff, automate your stuff so there's less stuff on you and less pressure on you so that you can continue to work at peak performance and high productivity levels. Now, the other side to this would be to not spend too much time on the non-essentials. Yes, I know having a business card looks great, but does it really matter for your business model? Do you really need to spend 2 hours on a logo that you never gave once? Is it worth it? Because I'll tell you, no, it was not. Now, granted, it wasn't 2 hours, but you still get the point. It was not important to the business whatsoever. So it was a waste of time. You may be thinking, okay, cool. So I'll just do, this thing. But is that thing moving the needle? The 80-20 principle is something that you should properly follow. I've done a video on this before. You can check that one out for a more in-depth tutorial on it. Now, basic idea is 20% of the things that you do give you 80% of the results. So the other 20% is done from the other shit, all the other random stuff that you do. So just figure out what is giving you the most results, whether that's revenue, subscribers, views, whatever your main goal is. What is giving you the biggest results, and just do that. If you do the other stuff, just don't spend so much time on it. There's a lot of like other admin stuff that I do, but I don't spend no more than an hour or two a week on it because I know if I spend more time on it, I'm just going to waste my time. And instead, it'll take away time that I could use to do more successful things. When you work, work on the things that truly matter the most for the most amount of time, and your admin stuff and your extra stuff, either give it to someone else you can trust, like an employee, and get it over with ASAP. Doesn't have to be 10 hours, 1 hour, 2 hours max a week, and that's it. Because you need to focus on the things that will give you the most revenue, views, whatever your goal is. That is what you have to focus on. So by following these two simple principles of not spending too much time on the non-essentials and not doing everything by yourself, you will truly feel a difference in how much gets done, because you're going to be focusing on the things that actually matter. And if you have employees, they can do everything else that isn't as of high importance to you. And then you're not doing everything by yourself, so there's less stress on you. And in long term, your health is going to be improved, your work is going to be improved, it's going to be higher quality, you're going to get more results, and it's going to compound and compound and compound. Bada bing, bada boom, you're a bajillionaire, or however rich you want to be, whatever it is. So these are very simple, basic principles. You don't have to think too hard about them. Might take a bit of time for some lone wolves like myself to go from doing everything by yourself to trusting people with your responsibilities. It's pretty easy. Entrepreneurship itself is a very big winding mess of fun and chaos. But these two simple things, a lot of people will mention and no one will do. I'm reiterating, as someone who's hadn't done these for a while and now does them, do them, please. You'll save so much time, get so much more progress than me. So if you find this insights helpful, go check out my video on the 3 habits to become a beast in entrepreneurship. And those, I go more in depth on the 3, I would argue, best habits that you can utilize during your entrepreneurship journey. And if you want to say goodbye to stress and take back control of your time, click the links down below in the description.